I'm on the huge climb out of Bennington, Vermont right now, and just came across Split Rock. As you can see, it's Split Rock that you walk through. Hence the name. Today's hike has been awesome. It started off pretty hard with that climb out of town, but now that we're more leveled off in higher in elevation, everything has that, what do you call it, alpine, subalpine? I think it's subalpine kind of terrain going on, and it is absolutely beautiful. Met a lot of new people on the trail today, very cool people, so it's nice to be around a bunch of people who I get along with. This is the first time like I've been hiking in a long time where it's actually cold right now. Like I was getting goosebumps. And I just climbed a fire tower and I got yeah, I was definitely cold up there. A little bit more colder than I realized it was gonna be. I was surprised I hit that fire tower so quick because I took a break at the shelter, went on, and then the fire tower was there. And yeah, I'm just moving on this terrain today. Really soaking in the nature of everything. I'm loving this terrain. I took a video of the terrain rather than me talking because it's just absolutely beautiful. Everything smells like pine. It is a little muddy, but it's absolutely beautiful. Right here is a beaver bog, and as you can probably see, the main water is about 3 feet higher than the water down here. It's being blocked by all the logs and sticks. This is one of the coolest water sources I've ever seen. It's about, I don't know, 15 feet long. Ton of rocks down it. Metal pipe underneath it, and the leaf. I've been climbing Stratton Mountain for the past, I don't know, 2 hours or so. It's the biggest climb of the day today. It's about 2,000 feet of elevation gain, and there's a fire tower at the top. Been taking it nice and easy, and I'm going to eat lunch up here. And the top of the fire tower. It's all enclosed in glass, but still an awesome view. Lots of lakes around. I think there's a ski hill over there. Very cool. I love these fire towers. I've been hearing cars for a while, probably the last 2 miles, and I just looked up and realized the road's right there. On to Manchester, Vermont. I'm gonna go in town. Yeah, I'm excited. Woo! I also gotta get Martha Stewart his foam seat back because he left that in the parking lot here, so hopefully that's still here. Oh man. Wow. Set a goal and achieved another goal. Got here early. It's only like noon, or a little past noon at this point. Awesome. So cool to get to town early. And as you can see, this is gonna be a harder road to cross. Don't become roadkill.
But I can understand why they took it away from the shore of the lake. Oh, when I came down to where we were swimming yesterday.
Why you do that?
For the vlog.
Vlog.
I'm almost at the top of the first mountain, which I just forgot the name of it. Bromington, is it? I can't remember. The first mountain of the day. There's probably like 3 peaks I climbed today. We've been going through woods the whole time, and now there's this little area where it's like cut grass and everything. So almost at the top of there. Very easy climb. Like, I mean, it was strenuous, but my body's feeling really, really good recently. Really taking care of it and dealing with issues as they arise. My knees still feel like they have that feeling I got back in Shenandoah, where it feels like there's almost like a tear in my tendon underneath my kneecap. So that gets pretty painful and takes my breath away. But other than that, I've been pretty good. And this is the trail. Straight up and down rock. Pretty jagged on the feet. I just finished swimming. Butter told me about this spot where a few guys that passed by had told him you can jump off of this rock and into the water. So it's like a, I don't know, 15-20 foot drop into the water. Made some lunch. It was actually a dehydrated meal that Lark, a long trail hiker, had given me yesterday. So I ate that. I'm super hungry right now, like overly hungry. So I made lunch and did that. I'm having trouble leaving this spot. It's pretty awesome. But yeah, I'm gonna leave finally. I think I've been here for like an hour and a half or so. I also didn't mention that there was actually like this thing, Butter thought it might be like a leech, but I don't think it was a leech because it was huge. It could have been, but it was like probably like this big, like 4 inches long, black thing that it didn't really have a head. It's like on each side it came to a point, and there was a yellow stripe and a yellow dot line running down it, and it was just like it would float like this, not like that, but like this, so the opposite of what fish would, and then go like this, and it kept going around him. That was pretty funny. Continued walking down the trail, and there's more. A whole lot more.
And but we're looking pretty much west.
Yesterday, when I was climbing the hill, I came across a guy who's going down the hill. He was a local and said, just randomly, that he would drive me into town, because I told him I was trying to get up and over the hill and hit the first road to Rutland. I got to the shelter at the top, told people I was going to be continuing on, didn't know if I was going to be able to get a hitch in or I'm going to have to make it to the next shelter. Well, anyways, I started to record yesterday, And then I see someone ahead of me, so I stopped. Ended up being that guy. He had actually climbed up the other side of the mountain, so he had like got into his car, drove around the other side, climbed up that, and he was gonna like meet me. So did not expect that. I think he just wanted to talk and give me a tour on the way down, but yeah, it was pretty cool. He explained some of the stuff along the way, like the airport, and talked about the gorge. We crossed an awesome gorge. Actually, wish I was able to stay there a little bit longer. He drove me into Rutland, so I got to the Yellow Deli. Wasn't sure if I'd stay there or not because you hear a lot of weird things about them, and I knew they had a curfew. Well, I get in there, super friendly people. They give me a free mate drink and everything. I'd seen pictures of it from Crocodile a couple days ago, and it looked a lot like a place in Ithaca, New York, which is where I went to college. And I find out they're the same religious group as that one in Ithaca, and the one in Ithaca is going to become a Yellow Deli. Talked to them for a bit, and then I went upstairs to check that out. Found out the curfew wasn't until 10:30, and you could do anything inside. You just couldn't leave because they locked the doors. So that actually was like no problem. I thought the curfew was like you gotta be in bed at 10:30 and whatnot. The place is really spacious. Has one of the nicest bathroom rooms I've ever seen in Trail. Maybe the nicest. Like it might be Angel's Rest actually. And it probably does actually. There's like 3 or 4 bunk rooms. My room, he's like, we're pretty full, so if you want, you can have the storage closet. I was like, all right. Yeah, and then this morning, I went to the restaurant for breakfast, thinking the breakfast is going to be in the restaurant, we had to pay for it. It's actually in the back room. You go to the back of the restaurant, there's like a whole other room, like a whole hiker breakfast hall. Yesterday, they gave me a number for a local trail angel. He actually wanted you to pay for a little bit of the gas, though, so it wasn't completely trail angel, but he gave me a ride back to where I started today, so I was able to slack pack. That was my plan. I was like, I wonder if I can go to Rutland and then come back to Rutland the next day. So yeah, I'm slack packed right now for the first time since the middle of Virginia somewhere. I don't remember the last time, probably before Shenandoah. My knees were starting to look a little funky, like that, not like my knees are supposed to, like they have some inflammation, so probably good that I'm slack packing right now from all like the steep downhills and everything, but still hurts my knees. I'm going to be climbing Killington today, which is a 4,000 footer. I think that's what you may call it. I don't know. I don't know what they call them in this area, but yeah, Killington, very famous mountain I know for skiing. Almost went there to snowboard a few years ago with some friends, but I didn't. But yeah, gonna be climbing that today. Looks a lot less steep than what I just climbed, but it's gonna be a tall climb. I've already gone like 1,000 feet elevation. I think Killington's would be like another 2,000, 2,500 foot climb. But yeah, we're gonna do 17.5, 17.8, something like that today. Slack pack to the Yellow Deli. I'm making really good time right now. Feeling really great. Finally hit the wooden Katahdin 500 mile sign. It doesn't apply to me since I still have sections to make up, but it's funny because the guy who gave me a ride this morning is actually the one who put this up. I'm not sure if it's moved year to year, so it might not be at the exact location, but there it is, the one that everyone gets a picture with. I got the main part of the climb done, and I'm now on the flat section going towards the top. So pretty much I'm gonna hit a shelter. I believe they call it a lodge, but it's a shelter, a nicer shelter. And then there's a 0.2 mile long side trail that goes up to either a restaurant or a ski lift that goes to a restaurant down below. I'm not sure if there's actually something up here. Keep hearing both things, so we'll see. But yeah, I'm less than a mile away from the very top of Killington and possibly a place to get snacks. I hope I can get some drinks because I am really thirsty and craving like a soda or iced tea right now, something like that. I'm on the Blue Blaze to Killington right now. I just asked a couple people who were down there at the shelter about there being a restaurant at the top, and there is. So that's what I thought. But I think you can also take a ski lift down to the lodge down below, but there is something up here. It's open till a certain time from what I read. But yeah, so I'm almost there. This is getting really, really steep, as you can see. Like usually the camera doesn't depict how steep it is, but I think you could see in this, man, not making a lot of distance because that's a lot just up rather than forward. So, oh man, just don't know how long this is gonna take. I think I'm almost there. It's only 0.2 miles. So here's the gondola. A lot of people take up to the top of here so they don't have to hike it. I did just talk to a guy who hiked up the other side as a day hike, but yeah, most people just take the gondola. And here's the Peak Lodge. Gonna get a drink, and then I'll go back and enjoy the view a bit more after getting hydrated. Hopefully people actually can bring their bikes up on the gondola too. That's cool. Made it to the road, going back to Rutland, to the Yellow Deli. All right, here she goes. How did it feel?
Woo! Woo!
Ric Flair, woo!
Hell yeah, brother.
Just saw the second highest waterfall in the Vermont section of the Appalachian Trail. Now we're going down a boardwalk. It's not that it's like swampy down here or anything. It's just they want to make it handicap accessible, so they have the boardwalk going. And I absolutely love being able to walk in boardwalks. It makes easy walking. You can just relax and enjoy being out in nature. This part of the trail is getting a little hard. It's covered in pine needles, so it's slippery, and it's really, really steep. Like you go up this and you slide pretty well. Oh man, about 8 miles before the border, I believe. So almost there. Right now I'm walking down the street of Norwich, Vermont. This is the last mile before I cross the border over to New Hampshire, the second to last state. I've already been walking down a street for about a mile and a half or so. I was talking with a girl who is just section hiking, testing out the waters of doing a possible thru hike. Her name is Lily. Halfway through the walk, it's continuing to be a road walk, so basically just trying to say it's a 2.5 mile road walk. I'm gonna be crossing the bridge in a mile, and that's where the border is. I'm not stopping over here because there is like an inn with a brewery, but I hear there's so much in Hanover that I don't want to, you know, just be over here and then not be able to do all the stuff over there. So I'm gonna just head over to Hanover. This town I'm in right now is got a similar feel to like some of the towns in Connecticut. But yeah, so gonna cross the border into New Hampshire in just a bit. Well, this is the bridge where I officially crossed the border. Maybe crossed the border somewhere around here though. Okay, there it is. I definitely have seen this. Many people post a picture of this. I forgot that's what I was looking for. So yeah, I just walked down the road about 2 miles and am crossing on over. And I am now in Hanover. I think Dartmouth College is here. I think I've heard the name, but I don't really even know anything about it. So I'm going through like college campuses right now. Getting a little sick right now because I've been just like out directly in the sun. So can't wait to be able to drop my bag off and whatnot.